punguza bei ya mafuta kidogo. Leo vile Kenya kwisha wameingia, hiyo imefanya nini? Imekwisha. Nataka
We'll now move to new clauses, clerk.
New clauses 17A and new clauses 21A.
Chair Finance, approach the chair. That's where we are.
So we add clause 17
and 21.
Okay. So I say I move that we add a new clause 17.
Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I move that new clause 17A be read a second time.
I propose the question that the new clause 17A be now read a second time. Order, members. If you're willing to speak to a certain clause, you put the intervention for order of the House. I will allow a few members. If you're not willing to speak on this clause, kindly withdraw your card.
Allow the chair to give
Mover.
Thank you, Chair. This new clause 17A is just adding a new word before manufacturing, refining, so that we incentivize not just manufacturers, but specifically manufacturers that are involved in those activities that include refining. So it's more of making sure that every manufacturer involved in this particular sector, in pharmaceutical, especially refining, is actually incentivized to enjoy this tax incentive being proposed by this new clause 17A. And that I move, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Minority Leader, do you intend to speak on this one? If not, Honorable Beatrice Elachi, do you intend to speak on this one? All right. I now put the question that the new clause 17A be now read a second time. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question that new clause 17A be part of the bill.
There's further debate because you can find being read a second time.
Member for Yatta.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to know what is wrong with the current, the way the clause is stated currently, what has prompted the Chair for Finance to introduce a new clause. Can you provide clarity to that before we move to other new clauses? Thanks. Before we make it part of the bill.
Order, members. If you listen to the mover, he had actually given that background on that clause. So I will now put the question that the new clause 17A be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. 21. New clause.
New clause 21A.
Mover.
21A, right? Honorable Chair, I beg to move that a new clause 21A be read a second time. I beg to move. Oh, yeah. So I explain at this stage. Okay. Honorable Chair.
Yeah, Honorable Chair, just when you move for good order and for everyone to follow, explain briefly what the clause is about.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chair, Section 113 of the Income Tax Act is being amended by providing an extension of capital expenditure to extend the period which was given to capital expenditure for the construction of bulk grain handling facilities supporting the standard gauge railway in the Business Laws Amendment Act of 2020. Honorable Chair, these are some of the amendments that we keep doing to particular clauses that end up affecting particular sectors, and when during public participation, we tried to accommodate as many of those views so that we make our business environment predictable, so that an incentive that was forwarded to a particular business 2 years ago does not get to be taken away from them a few months later when they have made a huge investment in that particular sector.
Thank you. I will propose the question that the new clause 21A be now read a second time. Member for Seme.
Chair, I think what the chair has done is still not adequate. This is a new clause. It should actually be read. The chair should explain the import of it and what it means. So I think a new clause is different from just another amendment. This is a completely new thing, and members need to know the rationale behind it and what it means, so that we can actually contribute effectively. Yeah, and you then we read the current one as well.
Thank you. Honorable Chair, I am hearing the same question. Just read or expound, just briefly, in 2 minutes, what this clause is about.
I actually thought I did, but let me try again, Honorable Chair. So let me read the new clause, that the bill be amended by inserting the following new clause immediately after clause 21A, that the Income Tax Act is amended in section 133(6) by deleting the expression that refers to December 2023 and substituting therefore the expression that refers of December 2024. And I've said this particular clause is a capital expenditure incentive that is provided for construction of bulk grain handling facilities supporting the SGR. So this particular incentive was incentivized for this particular sector, but expiring in 31st of December 2023. Such huge investments would need to be given a longer duration of time, so that those capital incentives actually do make sense to this particular businesses, because they involve a very huge cash flow. That is why the proposal is to extend the expiry date of this particular incentive from 31st of December 2023 to the 31st of December 2024. And with that, I hope that's now clear, Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, I think the chair has explained the issue on the clause. I will now put the question that the new clause 21A be now read a second time. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that new clause 21A be part of the bill. At this point, the this clause, members, and Honorable Nyikal, I know you know this process. We still have a point where you can come in at this point because we have a debate during second reading of the clause and at this point. So if you have something to say, these are your opportunity to do it.
Chair, for my explanation, it means now we have had, it is a new clause. What we have done is first reading. We're going to have a second reading of this clause.
This is a second reading.
So, yeah.
If you listen clearly, member for Seme, the clause was read a second time. That is how far we have gone.
Yes.
Yes. Now
we can debate it, and that's what we want to do.
Yes. Is that clear?
It's clear, and now I'm continuing to debate.
Maximum of 2 minutes.
Yes, Chair. This sounds a good thing that if you give this exemption or this facility, then it will have to give it again and again. But as far as we know with the standard gauge railways, we really need to know what is the plan. If you're now going to give a longer exemption for standard gauge railways, then you really have to tell us what the plan for standard gauge railways is, because as we know now, it is actually not progressing. So why are we extending? Chair.
Thank you, member for Seme. Member for Kathiani.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, my concern is that the committee, through the Chair, is providing incentive, is being given in his own words to those that have very big businesses. Madam Speaker, and I'm concerned because he continuously also increases taxes on those that are not doing well. On one hand, you are raising those big business people. On the other hand, you want to kill the hustlers. Madam Speaker, I think this is something we need to oppose, so that if you want to give incentives to the hustlers.
Thank you, member for Kathiani. We will get to the vote. Chairman, please put this to rest. Same issues.
Honorable Chair, and perhaps the way I did explain may have been misinterpreted. So what the committee endeavored to do is, and you'll find this in the next amendments that you're going to propose. If, for example, a particular product was tax exempt last year, and we're now taking it to zero rating this particular year, we made sure that they remained exempt, they remained zero rated, for example. If, for example, we're saying that this particular incentive are provided to this particular sector, where we even had agreements being done between a particular ministry between government of Kenya and a particular sector, then we actually just extended that particular duration. So this particular amendment is just extending the duration of expiry of that. And you actually find that, and it's good that my good friend, the Honorable MP for Kathiani, actually did mention, is that the same thing we'll be doing to the amnesty that we are doing to fines and penalties to taxpayers. We actually found that the incentives that were being provided were expiring last year, so when you find me moving that proposal later to continue extending that amnesty to another year. So this is nothing unprocedural. This is just to make sure that we have as much a predictable tax environment in our country as it is equitably possible.
What is your point of order, Honorable Jared?
I thank you, Madam Chair. I think it is an issue of conundrum from the Chair, because I'm perplexed that this did not emanate from the Treasury or from the Ministry itself, and it has come as a proposal by the committee. So whose interest is the committee serving, Madam Chair? Unless we are lobbyists in this House, that there are people out there telling us what to do, then we infuse them into such a serious bill from Treasury. I mean, we need an explanation. If the ministry did not have it as a proposal, where did it come from, Madam Chair?
Order, members. I still insist that we are not at the second reading, but I'll give the chair to clarify on the question raised by Honorable Jared.
Thank you, Chair. And every amendment that you find in this particular clause, and I did explain this yesterday, that we have had concurrence with the National Treasury, including discussions we had even this morning, because every amendment that you see in this particular bill they being proposals, it being a money bill, have a financial implication. And therefore, I cannot come here and move an amendment or additional clause to something that has a critical financial implication without full consultation with Treasury. So I want to assure the honourable member that this has been widely consulted.
Well said, Chairman. I now put the question that the new clause 21A be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
The Value Added Tax Act, Clause 28.
All right. I am told Clause 28 has no amendments, but no, I hear you. I propose the question that Clause 28 be part of the bill. I now put the question that Clause 28...
It is not one of those. It was under 114.
So if we are... Okay, members, order members, I know there is special interest on Clause 28, but we are actually not having any amendment that is on record. So, order members, order members, order members. This was not the one of the ones that were allowed by the Speaker, but we have consulted and we will allow a small window for debate on Clause 28. Before I put the question, I'll give a few people, and I will start with member for Mathare.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Even though this was one of the exempt and the non-exempt ones, Madam Speaker, this touches on the fuel levy, and it is a 100% increment on fuel levy and petroleum products. Madam Speaker, this will have an effect on the manufacturing industry, the cost of transport, cost of electricity, and generally place the Kenyans who are already suffering in very precarious situation in terms of their daily life. Madam Speaker, this clause should be dropped.
Order members, I want to note this is an exception. I'm going to give 3 more members, and I will start with member for Embakasi West.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, as elected leaders and in politics, there's a principle of reciprocity, that the people trust us with leadership, and in return, Honorable Chair, we must represent their interests. Honorable Chair, when we don't do that as leaders, the people suffer. In this case, Honorable Chair, we've allowed the increase. The Kenya Kwanza government is proposing an increase in fuel that will amount to almost 13 shillings or even more in fuel. That increases the cost of living. The one thing that they always promised that would come down.
Order member, 2 minutes is up, please.
Honorable Chair, I don't think even a minute is over, surely.
It is.
I surely it can't.
Order members, I know there are members who had proposed some amendments and they were dropped because of Article 114. So I will give Honorable Makali Mulu. Honorable Makali Mulu, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chairperson. Madam Chairperson, I had proposed that we delete this clause. And basically, why I was saying that, Madam Chair, is because my intention was to retain VAT on fuel where it is now at 8% instead of pushing it to 16%. The reason for this, or the justification for this, Honorable Chairperson, was basically because anytime you increase VAT on fuel, Honorable Chair, you will affect issues of transportation, issues of manufacturing, issues of production, more so in the area of even agricultural productivity, and will even affect electricity, which is source of energy, Honorable Chair. So my feeling is that this is not the right time to increase this tax. So with those remarks, Honorable Chair, my wish is that we retain VAT on fuel at 8% as it is now. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. Member for Likoni. The microphone, please. Honorable Mishi, songa kidogo.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I want to say it is good we retain the 8% rather than increasing it to 16%. Madam Chair, the cost of living is very high. And if you increase the 16%, it means the cost of production is going to be very high. And if the cost of production is going to be high, also it is going to affect agriculture, because agriculture depends on machinery, and the machinery depends on petrol and diesel power, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, also the cost of transportation is going to be high. Right now, Kenyans cannot even afford to pay the fares from where they are to the working place and even to schools. So when you increase to 16%, it means the cost of living is going to be very high, because unga is going to be high, rice is going to be high, cooking fat is going to be high, and everything is going to be high. We are tired as Kenyans, and Kenyans are angry. They don't have money. Madam Chair, I beg my colleagues to be objective leaders and reject this amendment and return it to 8%. I thank you, Honorable Chair.
I would like to, first of all, give the Chair of Budget 2 minutes. Member for Kiharu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I, of course, rise to agree with the Honorable Chair for Finance. Honorable Chair, in the year 2023-2024, we have allocated Kenya shillings 25 billion that is going to the fuel subsidy that was promised but was never paid. Honorable Speaker, we have also allocated Kenya shillings 250 billion that will be going into our roads. Honorable Speaker, I would request the other honorable members that may not agree with the amendment from the chair that they give us other revenue measures. Because, Honorable Speaker, you cannot have your cake and eat it. If you want development, and especially in terms of roads, this money has to come from somewhere, and that is the reason, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Junet.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, please. Madam Speaker, Madam Chair, this is the most offensive clause in this bill, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, when you increase VAT on fuel to 16% from 8%, that is one thing that is going to make life very expensive for Kenyans. Madam Chair, I remember very well, when we were campaigning last election, Kenya Kwanza told us when they were launching their plan that the problem with fuel is taxation. We are going to look into taxation, and we are going to reduce taxes on fuel. Now today, this afternoon, in a broad daylight, on the 22nd of June, they are telling us to increase taxes on fuel. What a paradox it is, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, let us agree on this one. We must remove this VAT on the fuel. Otherwise, I promise you there will be a revolution in this country if this one passes. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. There will be a revolution in this country.
Order, members. Order. Just sit down. Just sit down. Order, members. Order, members. Is that microphone better? Thank you. Order, members. if we agree to take 2 minutes, so many of you will speak. Just have your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Member for Kisii.
Hold on. It's my turn. Madam Speaker, thank you very much for this time. When we talk of fuel to cost double what it is now, that means even the agenda for Kenya Kwanza will not thrive. The country is already poor. It can't thrive. Let me tell you, the more you get, the more you shout, the more you open your mouth, the fact remains Kenya is poor.
Order.
But the borders are going to suffer.
Order. Order. Order, Honorable Toto. Lead. Order.
Hold on.
Leader majority.
Chair. You people, chair.
Order.
Out. Continue shout. Madam Chair.
Majority leader. Majority leader. Order, members. Honorable Muridania, order.
On a point of order. I'm helping you.
Majority leader.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker.
The leader of majority is on a point of order.
Honorable
Sit
Speaker,
down,
I am on a point of
Wanjala.
order, and I am sorry to interrupt.
Take your seats.
The member for Kisii County. But as Honorable Juneta said, this is one of the most important clauses in this bill. As CPM Body says, it is the backbone of this bill. And we're in this house as a debating chamber, Honorable Speaker. And we all have our rights to speak and be heard by our constituents. I just want to beg from Honorable Speaker, I know it may not be practical for every one of us to speak to this clause, but it is only fair to ourselves as honorable members of the National Assembly to be seen by our constituents to be debating on facts and not shouting at each other. I want to plead, I want to beg both sides of the divide, please, let us allow each other to be heard. Allow the member for Kisii to be heard. Even if you don't agree with what the member for Kisii is saying, wait for your opportunity to say yours, please.
Order. Order, members. Order. Order, members. If you shout, nobody will be heard. Honorable Toto, you had your 2 minutes. I am going to give the member for Homa Bay 2 minutes maximum. This one is Homa Bay County.
Yes.
Honorable Bensouda mwenyewe. Honorable Kaluma, please hold on.
I hold on.
No, go on. Go on, Honorable Bensouda.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I would like all of us to adhere to silence so that we are heard. And I support on this, the only thing I've ever supported, and I'm supporting on a statement that is positive from the majority leader, that we must keep quiet so that the Kenyans can listen to us, so that we debate objectively. On to the point. Kenya, in the first place, is a developing nation. We are not yet developed. I'm hearing noise.
Honorable Bensouda, I know you're a teacher, but for now, be the member for Homa Bay.
Yes, I'm given 2 minutes. I want to be very fast. Now, honorable members, we know that, hold on with your point of order. We know that the country is a developing nation. And when we are developing, we must be progressive in any issue that we do. I also agree that we cannot run this country without making strategies on approach. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, after we have taxed nearly everything, there is no need of pretending of executing and implementing a 16% taxation. Honorable Speaker, I want to tell you that this government talked about creation of employment to our youths. It is a very clear statement that most of us do not have employment opportunities, and the industry that must be supported, one which has been proposed by the Kisii woman representative, is the border. And border sector requires fuel. That is just one. Even the honorable members who are...
We have had you, honorable member for Githongori.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I rise to give my humble opinion on the issue of tax levy added on fuel, especially the VAT. Madam Speaker, we were in this house in 2018.
No, it's okay.
Those that are privileged to be here, you know from 2018 when we added tax on fuel, what happened to this economy. We are reaping from what we did. Madam Speaker, life is unbearable as we speak to our citizens of this republic. We cannot afford to add more levy on fuel because fuel is a catalyst of everything from production to marketing and to the welfare of the people. Madam Speaker, I want to be on record that right now our people are suffering and production, especially in our rural areas, is going to go to zero if we add tax on fuel. I therefore would want to say it very clearly here that if we want to revamp the economy of this country, adding tax on fuel is not the solution. The solution is empowering our farmers, our producers who normally produce crops that bring dollars into this country. We bring more dollars by selling more of our produce so that we can be able to subsidize on the government expenditure. And on that point, Madam Chair, I stand to refuse the addition of fuel levy tax on the...
Thank you. Thank you. Member for Igambangombe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam Speaker, I stand here today. Kagombe, this is the big ngombe, you are the small ngombe still.
You are out of order. Honorable Patrick, you are out of order. You have 2 minutes maximum. Madam Speaker,
I stand here to support this amendment, this clause, Madam Speaker, because, Madam Speaker, listening at the hypocrisy that is in this house today. Because, Madam Speaker, we debated the budget in this house, Madam Speaker, I didn't hear the other side of the divide reject even a single clause of the budget. They supported how we'll have electricity, they supported how we'll have water, they supported how we'll do loans for this country, but when it comes to looking at ways of raising money for the same, Mr. Speaker, now we are opposed. Madam Speaker, I've heard our friends shout to the Speaker every day here that no CDF, no parliament. Every day they come here to shout no CDF, no parliament. There is no gain without pain. If we want CDF, then we must pay for it. If we want loans, like in my constituency, Madam Speaker, I have a number of loans that are stoned today, Madam Speaker, that I wish to continue. So, Madam Speaker, I support, and this is progressive. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, you will note we cannot all speak on this matter. But before I put the question, I will give Mbunge wa Kilifi, then I will give Honorable Kalasinga, then I will give Honorable Bowen, and we will close. Member for Kilifi, Honorable Mbeyu.
Asante mwenyekiti wa mkao. Bi mwenyekiti, nataka kuzungumzia kipengee hichi cha kuongezwa ushuru wa mafuta. Bi mwenyekiti, tusidanganyane. Roma haikujengwa mara moja. Naona Kenya Kwanza mwataka kujenga
Roma kwa wakati mmoja. Hamwezi kuongeza ushuru wa mafuta 100% kutoka 8% mpaka 16%. Ulisikia wapi? Nyinyi ndio mliosema Kenya haina pesa, Kenya iko broke. Nyinyi mwenda kuongeza mafuta, bei ya mafuta mara 100%. Hawa mama mboga ambao wanaenda sokoni wataenda na mafuta ya gari gani waweze kujikimu? Hawa boda boda mlikuwa mnawazungumzia wataweza kufanya kazi zao vipi? Serikali msituchezee. Hii mafuta ushuru ubaki 8% au rudi 5 na si 16%. Tutawaramba na mtajua sisi ni kina nani. Hamuwezi kufanya Wakenya namna hii. Sio mliowaambia Wakenya mama mboga wanaenda sokoni kubeba mboga vipi na 16% ya mafuta.
Mheshimiwa Mbeyu, jumba hili lina mdahalo na ni kuongea sio kutupiana maneno. Tujaribu sana kufuata kanuni zetu. Nampatia Mheshimiwa Kalasinga.
Oh, thank you very much. Madam Chair, this is the time now. This is the time now Kenyans have gone on televisions watching us. This is the time now, Madam Chair, that this House here, Honorable, must make a decision that serves Kenyans outside there. Madam Chair, as I talk now, me as a person who comes from Western, we cannot grind and eat ugali grade 3 without oil in our portion meals. If we increase this, Madam Speaker, we shall paralyze our stomachs in Western Province. Madam Speaker, as I talk now, we have farmers in Rift Valley who uses tractors to plow their farms. If we increase fuel, they are watching us now on televisions. I want to give a warning to this House now. I can even plead and kneel down. But Kenyans must be given a freedom, and the freedom comes from here. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Bowen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I want to support the amendment, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, and I want to say, Madam Chair, this clause, Madam Chair, I want to support the bill, Madam Chair. And Madam Chair, the agreement, the reason as to why we have a fuel subsidy, Madam Chair. This is not the first time this increment to 16% is before this House for the first time, Madam Chair. It's been there before. Madam Chair, this is the fuel subsidy. Was used by the Handshake brothers when they were giving out a fuel subsidy and they misused. Madam Chair, the government paid over 50 billion in terms of fuel subsidy. But this is the time we are saying, Madam Chair, if we have to achieve all the development we need, which is in the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto, Madam Chair, we need to have the 16% and to stop the fuel subsidy, which has been misused by the last
Majority Whip.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I agree with several members that it is indeed true that this is a very emotive topic, especially when you talk about the increase of VAT on fuel. But again, to be fair, even as we bash the proposal to raise the 8% to 16%, we also need to be honest enough and inform the public that this thing was passed in the previous parliament and then deferred to this session. But be that as it may, Madam Chair, be that as it may, Chair, it is important for also the House to know that the government has taken measures, several measures to mitigate the challenge of the increase of the 8%. The escalating dollar has been mitigated through the G2G matters. The issues
you will not shout. What is your point of order?
The farm inputs have been reviewed. So there are so many things that have been done. So you can't just
Order. It will be one person at a time. Please take your seats. Honorable Wamboka, what is out of order?
Honorable Chair, we are the 13th Parliament, and we are here to look at issues as they come to us, as fresh as they are. Is the Honorable Member in order to mislead the House that we are looking at a bill of the past Parliament when they have just presented this bill that is retrogressive, that the bill that is going to hurt Mwananchi, the bill that is going to hurt bodaboda.
Honorable Wamboka, that is a point of debate. Majority whip, finalize.
Let me finalize by saying this. For clarity purposes, I'm talking about deferring. This issue was deferred from 2018 to this season. But be that as it may, Honorable Chair, hold on, Honorable Mbadi, be that as it may, the government has taken other mitigation measures to curb the challenge of the escalating. I mean, there are so many things. You guys want us to operate on subsidy. You guys want us to operate
members,
on
if you're on your feet, I am not giving you. Member for nominated member, Badi, what is out of order?
Madam Chair, we all know that this house is a house of records, and it is a house where we must be factual and truthful. When the majority whip misleads the whole country, and the whole country is watching, that the last Parliament passed VAT on petroleum products at 16% and it was deferred, that is not correct. The last Parliament, if he has forgotten, rejected the 16%. We only allowed 8% after the President's memorandum. There is no deferment, and Madam Speaker, Madam Chair.
Order, member. Honorable Mbadi, you're debating. Member for Finance Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. And I know this issue has been extremely emotive. But I would like not to dwell in the politics, but look at this proposal from a finance perspective as we did. We have three types of VAT in this country. A product is either zero-rated, tax exempted, or vatable. So for the vatable supplies, whether goods or services, all of them are at 16%, apart from fuel, which is at 8%. So what does that do for that particular sector? There's something we call input VAT and output VAT. So for all the players in this particular fuel sector, they pay input tax at 16%. But once they sell that fuel to the market, they sell it at 8%. So when they go to claim their VAT, they are always on a credit position. Let me finish. What therefore means, what it means to be on credit position, what it means, we heard you. Give me a minute to finish my argument. What it means to be on a credit position is that it is taxpayers' money that has been paying the remaining 8%, and that is a fact. So this 8% that you have been subsidizing by charging VAT on fuel at 8%, on for all the other supplies 16%, it means it is taxpayers' money that was paying this 8%. And this is what this proposal is curing. Members of the public told us, look at the other taxes that are composed this on fuel. And Honorable Chair, we looked at them. Honorable members of parliament who are here will know that the distributed equitably among all the 290 constituencies in this country to repair our maram roads. That is a fact. So we looked at what are the other taxes in fuel that we can reduce. And Honorable Chair, we looked at import declaration fee, what you call IDF. We have reduced that from 3.5% to 2.5%. We looked at railway development levy, and we have reduced that from 2% to 1.5%. And those are facts.
Wind up, Chair. Minority Leader.
Madam Chair, let me add my voice to this debate. And clearly, if by any chance this clause becomes part of the bill, and the VAT on fuel is increased 16%, this will be the saddest day in the history of this country. Madam Chair, if there is one thing that is going to affect the common person, if there is one thing that is going to increase the cost of living in all aspects, it is this proposed increment on the VAT on fuel, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, we all know for sure that fuel is a driver of our economy on all facets, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, if there is one thing that this government should have done to the so-called hustler, was to cushion the hustler from an increment in the cost of fuel. Madam Chair, there's nowhere in the law where we are compelled to have a uniform rate of VAT on all products and services. VAT rates can vary, and they have varied before. Madam Chair, if there's a demonstration of the lack of interest in the welfare of the border, if there's a demonstration of the lack of interest in the welfare of the Mamamboga, it is this decision or attempt by the Kenya Kwanza government to increase VAT on fuel, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I can tell you, if by any chance, and God forbid, that this finance bill is passed and it becomes an act of parliament, that will mark the beginning of the fall of this regime. I can tell you. It will not take more.
Finally, Leader of Majority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, we should not be worried when others prophesy the beginning of the end of a regime, because we have seen many other prophecies before, including those from Shakahola. But Honorable Speaker, it is indeed true, as Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from the member for Kilifi. Honorable Speaker, it is indeed true. Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from the member for Kilifi.
Leader of Majority, wind up.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I was saying it is indeed true that a rise in VAT by 8% will occasion a rise in fuel prices, Honorable Speaker. But it must not be lost on us that without the G2G intervention on fuel prices, today, with the dollar trading at 140 shillings plus, the cost of fuel today without the necessary interventions done by this regime would be at a figure of about 210 plus shillings without the interventions that have been taken by government. True, Honorable Speaker, my second point. VAT, it is true what the Leader of Minority says. You can have varying rates of VAT, but it becomes problematic. Members are aware oil marketers in this country have taken advantage of the varying interest rates. The problem that we have with claims, VAT claims on input tax, is because of these varying interest rates, and that is a fact that you cannot dispute. 3, Honorable Speaker, our VAT rate at 16% in the region where our country is a market leader and the strongest economy in this region. VAT in Kenya, even at 16%, is still the lowest. Uganda being at 18% on fuel. Our friends in Tanzania, Rwanda, also at 18%, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, we did promise in the campaign that we will reduce taxes and reduction of taxes on fuel, Honorable Speaker. Members. It is true that there have been reductions on taxes on fuel. The chair has enumerated the railway development levy that has gone down. IDF has gone down. And those are taxes and levies on fuel, just as President William RUTO promised during the presidential debate, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Junet, what is out of order?
Madam Chair, is it in order that this is a House of Records and procedure and everything? Is it in order for the majority leader to mislead the House that fuel the rate of VAT, your fuel in Uganda and Tanzania is higher than Kenya, when he knows very well that fuel is cheaper in Uganda and Tanzania by far, Madam Chair. By far, Madam Chair, when he knows.
Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, you know I have tremendous respect for my friend and my brother, Honorable Junet. And that is why I endeavor to protect him, for people not to shout at him when he's speaking, because he has very good points. And indeed it is true. Fuel could be cheaper in Uganda and Tanzania. But look at the interventions there that include subsidies, the same subsidies that this government did away with at the beginning of this regime. Those subsidies, Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from John Buddy. Honorable Speaker, and I don't know, Honorable Speaker, protect me from John Buddy, who is up on his feet.
Order, members. Majority Leader.
Thank you for your protection, Madam Speaker. I was saying, Honorable Speaker, the subsidies, and this is a truth that we must speak to our people. The subsidies that were in fuel before this regime came to power were costing taxpayers a whopping 16 billion shillings in a month. The level of debt we are talking about today is because of these subsidies, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, if we speak about what we have saved the people of Kenya, count the 16 billion shillings that we have saved hustlers from paying every month. Count the railway development levy.
Majority Leader, your time is up. I now put the question that clause 28 be part of the bill. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. Yes. We have ascertained we have the numbers for a division raised by the minority side. We will ring the bell for 10 minutes.
What am I disconnected from saying? You're just going to say what clause they are.
Sini wa baba, Yesu, baba.
Petroleum Development Levy, Petroleum Regulatory. The bill would
cost Kenyans high cost of living. Some, led by the Member of Parliament for Likoni, saying that the bill would let cost of transportation for the border riders, the mama boggers, and Kenyans at large, as they experience high cost of living, with the majority leader, Kimani Ichung'wah, saying that the bill, as currently, needs 16% to be added, since other countries of East Africa, led by Uganda and Tanzania, had already seen the bill getting to 18%. By amending a clause that this seeks to harmonize the VAT Act, the VAT on fuel will have to double to 16%, meaning that the price of fuel in the country will go up by more than 13 shillings a litre based on the current prices. And one of the reasons, according to them, is that the reasons the government is moving to remove the 8% could also mean to harmonize the VAT Act, which has two clusters, the zero rates and the 16%. Fuel is the only commodity, as per now, that is charged at 8%. This is the bill that had been brought to the House through the Finance National Planning Committee, seeking to reverse the decision that was made in 2018 by the former regime, where the VAT on fuel was reduced to 8% to give a reprieve to Kenyans. This means, by amending a clause, this seeks to harmonize the VAT Act, the VAT on fuel, which is going to increase to 16%. Petroleum products are one of the most taxed commodities in country, with a total of 9 levies, including those of road maintenance levy, excise tax, petroleum development levy, petroleum regulatory levy, the railway development levy rates, anti-adulteration levy, merchant shipping levy, and the contested VAT. On the screens, you can see members of parliament from across the political divide consulting, and with Sergeant at Arms are ready for the voting, which is expected to take place in maybe less than 4 minutes, as the chairperson had already given 10 minutes for the members to prepare ahead of the vote. Remember, today members of parliament, through the leader of majority, was seeking for more time to sit and to discuss the Finance Bill 2022-2023, with sittings extended from today this afternoon to 12:45.
Honorable Oudo, take your seat. Caleb Amisi, take your seat. Honorable Tindi Mwale, take your seat. Member Honorable Benziba, take your seat. Other members, Honorable Manduku, take your seat. Honorable Gashagwa, take your seat. Honorable Amboka, take your seat. Other members, Ward Chief, take your seat. Member for Game, take your seat. Other members, honorable members, I wish to remind you about decorum during division. Standing orders number 76, part 4. During division, members shall maintain order in the House and shall be in their designated seats and must remain seated until the result is announced. Now, can the Sergeant at Arms close the door, draw the bars? The two sides, majority side and minority side, have nominated their tellers. I will also seek that they maintain order, no talking, no shouting from the tellers, only identify that a certain member has spoken. When you stand is when we are able to tell who you are. Every time your name is called, it will be called by alphabetical order following the constituency. Honorable Masara, take your seat. Order members. Teller. Clerk.
Chepkonga Kiprono Samuel. Lagat Benjamin Kipkurui. Ketanyi Mariane Jebet. Atandi Samuel Onunga.
Maintain order in the House. Honorable Ngunyi, order.
Atandi Samuel Onunga.
Get him the microphone.
Owino John Walter.
Honorable members. Honorable Atandi, I can hear you from here. Take your vote.
Owino John Walter. Mrembo Irene Joki. Shurie Abdi Omar. Sergon Florence Jamatia.
Honorable Didmas, order. Take your seat.
Sergon Florence Jamatia. Kandie Joshua Chepiegon. Kipkoros Joseph Makilap. Cameron Charles. Koyesh Nelson.
Vote yes.
Innocent Obiri. Barongo Obadia. Momanyi Innocent Obiri.
Kuna barua nataka kusign urgently.
Barongo Obadia.
Nyuma inaweza patiano was. Inapeanwa ni moja tu.
Momanyi Innocent Obiri.
No.
Barongo Obadia.
I'm voting no.
Alpha Miruka Ondieki. Lynette Chepkoril. Kilel Richard Cheriot. Yegon Richard Kipkemoy. Mamwacha Ontoke Charles.
Wakupangia.
Onchoke Charles.
No.
Ogola Gideon Ochanda.
Microphone.
Me I vote yes.
Order members.
Osero Patrick Kibagendi.
Member for Sirisia, order. Member for Budalangi, order.
Osero Patrick Kibagendi.
I vote no.
Wanjala Rafael Sauti Bita.
We want the names of those voting for no or yes to appear tomorrow in the newspapers. I vote no.
Wamboka Nelson Wamboka.
To lower the cost of living, I, Wanami Wamboka, vote no.
Wambilianga Catherine Nanjala. Yakub Ado Kuno. Komingoi Kibet Kirui. Komingoi Kibet Kirui. Omanyo Catherine Nahabi. Mwale Nicholas Tindi. Oyula Joseph Maero.
I vote no. No. Yeah.
Oyula Joseph Maero.
I vote no.
Mwiridhania Rindikiri Mugambi. Kerema Moses Nguchine. Chibwa Omar Munyi.
Mheshimiwa mwenyekiti wa kikao hichi, I want to shame the devil. I'm voting no. I'm voting no for the benefit of doubt of those who did hear me. And I'm urging everybody.
Koech Victor Kimngetich. Koech Victor Kimngetich.
For better roads in my constituency, Chepalungu, I vote yes.
Barasa Patrick Simiu.
I vote no.
Biengo Paul Kibichi. Ntwiga Patrick Munene. Maalim Farah. Elachi Beatrice.
I vote no.
Waweru John Kiarie.
Madam Chair, noting that as a country we cannot continue postponing problems, noting that these are decisions that had been made many years back, noting that we can no longer kick this country. Madam Speaker, I vote an affirmative yes.
Sirima Musa.
Order members, the standing orders are very clear. You rise in your place and you either vote yes, no, or abstain. Please do not give speeches, do not give justification. Just take your vote.
Sirma Musa. Welie Adan, Kenan. Caroline Jepto, Gelechei. Gadiru Benjamin. Ongili Babu Owino.
Thank you very much to save Kenyans from wallowing in the miasma of mediocrity, confusion, ignorance, and the larger shakahola. I vote no.
Gakuya James Mwangi.
I vote yes.
Mawathe Julius Musili.
Kwa huu msaada ambao unaongeza bei ya mafuta na petroli double, napiga la.
Mwenje Mark Samuel.
For the sake of hustlers, I vote no.
Double N Pamela Njokinjeru. Lelmegit Joseph Kipto. Omboko Milemba. Kipiegon Joanna. Pukose Robert. Yakubu Farasala. Oundo Wilberforce.
For the unflinching love of the people of Kenya, I vote no.
Haribaye Said Buya.
I vote no.
Tungule Charo Kenneth. Siad Amina Odgud. Baro Deko Mohammed. Guyo Ali Wario. Muriu Wakili Edward. Karuria Elijah Njore. Karuria Elijah Njore. Njoroge. Kagombe Gabriel. Odhiambo Elisha Ochieng.
I vote yes.
Gedenji Gishimu. Wanjera Mada Wangare. Wamushomba Gadoni.
I vote no.
Gimose Charles Gumini. Gimose Charles Gumini. Osogo Bensuda Joyce.
I don't need this one. I vote no.
Kaluma
No.
George Peter.
I vote no.
Karido Kili Daniel.
Wandai umesikia?
Ntoinaiba Julius Ntaituma. Mwiriki John Paul. Abdi Ali. Shinali Bernard Masaka.
No.
Bonaya Mumina Golo. Lomwa Joseph Samal.
Yes.
Lomwa Joseph Samal. Tubi Bidu Mohammed.
I vote no.
Badi Twalib. Badi Twalib. Dongo George Koimburi.
I vote yes.
Wamashukuru James Gidua. Obara Eve Akinyi.
I vote no.
Kalasinga Joseph Simiu Wekesa Majimbo.
For the sake of Mukuyuni, Kiwere Nalondo, and Luya, I vote no.
Titus Lote.
I vote yes.
Kimilu Joshua Kivinda. Sankaire Lea Sopiato. Kanchori Elijah
Honorable
Memus.
Emmanuel Wangwe, take your seat. It's division, take your seat.
I vote no.
Hamisi Kakuta Maimai.
For my great people of Kajiado East constituency, I vote no.
Nguro Onesimus Ngogoyo. Sakimba Parashina. Risa Sunkuya.
I vote yes.
Mohanda Elsie.
On behalf of the people of Kakamega, I vote no.
Katana Paul Kahindi.
Haraka. Kwa niaba
Mheshimiwa, tunakusikia.
Kwa niaba ya bodaboda na mama mboga kuongezewa ushuru wa mafuta, nasema la.
Hassan Abdi Yusuf. Hassan Abdi Yusuf.
Yes.
Jogona Chege. Makali John Okwisia. Kihungi Peter. Muli Fabian. Shumel Samuel Moroto. Sudi Oscar. Okwome Andrew Adipo.
I vote no.
Karauli Ronald Kamuiko. Were Charles Ongondo.
I vote no.
Mbui Robert. Korir Adams Kipsaina. Kipkoech Gideon Kimayu. Kemei Beatrice. RUTO Julius Kipleting. Wangaya Aseka.
I vote no.
Wanjiko John Jogona. Waidhaka John Machua. Murade Ann Wanjiko. Murada Ann Wanjiko. Orero Peter Ochieng. Balu Jessica.
I vote no.
Mutuse Mwengi. Wanaina Njoroge. Munyororo Joseph. Nyoro Samson Dindi. Ichungwa Kimani. Sunkuli Julius.
I vote no. I vote no.
Mwanyanje Gertrude.
Mbeyu Mwanyanje kwa mswada wa kuongeza ushuru wa mafuta kutoka 8 mpaka 16. Kwa watu wa Kilifi, mama mboga, bodaboda, I vote no. I vote no. Chair, I vote no.
Order. Order, members. Order, members.
Baya Owen. Kiti Chonga. Ken Chonga. Zambia Kidua.
Of course, no.
Mutua Didmas Baraza. Bisau Kakai.
I vote no.
Rai Samuel.
I vote no.
Kwenya Duku.
I vote yes.
I vote yes.
I vote yes.
Order. Order, members. Clerk, call out Kinango again.
Rai Samuel Gonzi.
I vote yes.
Muhia Wanjiko. Chororot Joseph Kimtai. Kosgei Hillary.
To save the country from the deaths of Uhuru and Raila, I vote yes.
Maina Jane Jerry. Maina Jane Jerry. Gitari Joseph Gashoki. Bedzimba Rashid Juma.
On behalf of Kisauni constituency, I vote no.
Aburi Donya Doris. Busia Ruth Odinga.
On behalf of the people of Kisumu and the suffering masses of Kenya, I say a big no.
Oron Joshua.
On behalf of Mama Mboga na Boda Boda, I vote no.
Ahmed Shakil Ahmed Shabir. Ahmed Shakir. Buyu Rosa Akinyi. Kasalu Irene Mudoni.
On behalf of people of Kitui, I vote no.
Mulu Makali.
Yeah, Kitui Central votes no.
Bai Nimrod Mbiduka. Boni David Mwalika.
Yes. Yes.
On behalf of Kitui rural people, I vote no.
Nyamai Rachel. Nyenze Edith.
On behalf of people of Kitui West and the suffering Kenyans, I vote no.
Mokaya Nyakundi. Kibagendi Anthony.
On behalf of the people of Kitutu Church South, I vote no. Osoro, umesikia?
Gizairo Cliff. Gizairo Clive. Yegon Brighton. Brighton Yegon. Kiprono Mutahi Alfred. Kiprono Mutahi Alfred. Tonui Joseph Kipkoskei.
I vote yes.
Kemero Maisori Kitayama. Robbie Mathias Nyamabe.
I vote yes.
Masito Fatuma.
On behalf of the people of Kwale, I vote no. Thank you.
Wanyonyi Ferdinand. Abdurrahman Mohammed Abdi. Mohammed Abdikadir Hussein. Kagiri Jane Wangeshi. Kiunjuri Festus Mwangi. Korere Sara Paulata.
Kwa niaba ya Wakenya milioni 10 na kitu ambayo walitoka wakasema wanataka bottom up, I vote yes. Yani ndio.
Karani Stephen Washira.
I vote yes.
Lekuton Joseph.
Order members, maintain silence. Sit in your seats.
Lekuton Joseph.
I vote yes. Amesikia, ameona.
Marubu Monica Mudoni. Obo Rueda Mohammed. Mairuri Mudama Stanley.
I vote yes.
Jose Felix Odiwor. Kahangara Joseph Mboro. Mboko Mishi Juma.
To save Kenyans from high cost of living, the boda boda, the mamantilie, the mamamboga. I vote no!
Mugabe Innocent Maino. Chege John Kiragu.
I vote yes.
Akuja Protas. Oyugi Dick Maungu. Nabi Nabuera.
I vote no.
La! Chiforomondo Mangale. Mukhwana Titus Hamala. Biuki Kareke. Kamene Joyce.
On behalf of the citizens of Kenya who cannot make ends meet, those that are suffering and those that are oppressed. I vote no.
Mule Caleb Mutiso.
I vote yes.
Kombe Harrison Garama.
Yeah.
Honorable Kamene, you're out of order.
Hello. I vote. Yeah. I vote no for the masses.
Omwera George Aladwa.
I vote no.
Kiamba Susan Ndunge. Mumo Rose Museo.
Asante. Hii ni mimba tunaweka wa Kenya tukitumia style mbaya. Makueni wamesema no, I vote no.
Injendi Moses Malulu. Injendi Moses Malulu. Mnyazi Amina Lora.
Kwa niaba ya watu wa Malindi nasema la, na la yangu ni ya sasa mpaka kesho kwa Mungu tunakwenda kwa shtaki.
Abdullahi Bashir Sheikh.
Order, members. Maintain decorum until the end of the division. Order.
Abdullahi Bashir Sheikh. Sheikh Umul Ker Kasim. Abdurrahman Hussein Wetan Mohammed.
I vote no.
Haro Abdul Ibrahim. Yusuf Adan Haji.
Umesikika?
Yes, 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 yes.
Mukunji George Gitonga. Njoroge Mere wa Maua. Bowen David Kangogo. Toroitich Timothy Kipchumba. Wago Naomi Jilo. Mwalio Joshua Mbivi. Odanga Godfrey Makoha. Oluoch Anthony.
Woe unto you, you who step and stumble on the graves and suffering of the people of Kenya. Ole wenyu nyinyi tangatanga.
Order, member for
Ole wenyu. Ole wenyu serikali ya Kenya kwanza. Na kwa niaba ya watu wa
Order. Member for Mathare, I will rule your vote invalid. Take your vote.
I, Anthony Tom Oluoch, mjumbe wa Mathare, ninasema la!
Order, members. Order. Order, members.
Gichuki Edwin Mugo. Kahungu Eric Mwangi. Tandaza Kasim Sawa. Nabulindo Peter.
Honorable Katana, Honorable Abdi, you are all out of order.
Mule Stephen Mutinda. Kingola Patrick Macau. Geoffrey Karioki Roko. Nebat Bernard Murioki. Zioka Erastus Kivasu.
Ingine haina sauti kama hii. On behalf of my great people of Boni constituency and the Kenyan hustlers, I say no.
Kailemia Elizabeth Karambu. Mohamed Fatuma Sinab. Oh, sorry. Kipngor Ruben Kiborek. Barto Phyllis. Kimani Francis Kuria. Chimba Samsam Mohammed.
On behalf of the people of Mombasa County, on this punitive bill, I vote no.
Kirwa Abraham. Jaldesa Guyo.
Jaldesa no.
Bader Salim Faisal.
Order. Go back to Honorable Kirwa Kipsang.
Kirwa Abraham. Chesebe Fred Kapundi.
Retake Honorable Faisal.
James Onyango Koyo. Gichoi Gagushia. Salasa Peter.
Nataka kunitusi hapa ati nimepandisha mafuta. I vote no no no. Kenya mnione nimevote no 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 no.
Naika Johnson Manya. Naika Johnson.
Honorable Naika is in the house. Order, members.
Excuse.
Fuel tax from 8 to 16, Mumias West and the entire Wangaland. I say no. Endovile adage.
Order. We got your vote.
Nimesema no. Nimesema no.
Machele Mohammed.
I vote no.
Musau Vincent Musioka.
Jilo.
Musau Vincent Musioka.
Yes.
Shake Peter Mbogo. Maingi Mary. Muliungi Gideon Mutemi.
so that I do not take my people of Mwingi to hell, I vote no.
Zengu Paul Musimi.
Haya basi, kwa niaba ya watu wa Mwingi North napiga la.
Nguna Charles Ngusia. Pasaris Esther Mudoni.
There comes a time. There comes a time that the nation becomes more important than any one of us. For the dignity, peace, stability, and prosperity of the country of Kenya, I vote yes.
Order, members. Order. Order, members. Majority side, order. Majority side, order. Majority side, order. Member for Belgut, take your seat. Honorable from Keses, take your seat.
Kiara Jane Wanjiro.
Hatuwezi endelea kuchimba chimba ya madeni na piga ndio.
Shelule Lisa.
If you're not taking your vote, take your seat. Honorable Emathe and Emase, take your seat.
Yes. Gikaria David. Arama Samuel. Mulanya Geoffrey Ekesa. Munge Cynthia. Kitur Bernard. Kitur Bernard. Tonkei Rebecca. Aramat Lemanken. Pareyo Agnes. Kitilai Olentutu. Tongoyo Gabriel. Tongoyo Gabriel. Wangwe Emmanuel.
Honorable Kiplagat, take your seat.
I vote no.
Gashagwa George.
I vote yes.
Owino Martin.
On behalf of the great constituency of Ndewa, I, Martin Peters Owino Woodchief, votes no.
GK George Masharia. Chepkon Charity Gadambi.
Hadi Sheki walituachia shida kubwa nchi yetu. Kuokoa nchi yetu, napiga yes ya nguvu zaidi.
Guyo Wario. Abdul Rahim Daud. Nyamoko Josh Nyamachi. Owuor Joshua Aduma.
For the good of the great people of Nyakacha and Kisumu, I, Aduma J. Owuor, the Black Beauty of Kisumu, votes no.
Mohamed Ali. Mogina Jerosha Momanyi. Gitao Faith Wairimo. Odoyo Okelo Jared.
Jared Okello, in defense of abandoned hustlers, I vote no.
Janda Sahir. Manduku Daniel Ogwoka.
I vote yes.
Odege Tom Boya.
On behalf of the poor workers of this country and the great people of Nyatike, I vote no.
Washira Rahab Mukami. Madenge Duncan. Mushira Michael.
I vote yes.
Kiaraho David. Wanaina Michael Wambogo. Kosing David.
I vote no.
Mupe Anthony Kenga. Gogo Lilian Achieng. Amolo Paul Otiende.
To increasing the cost of fuel and the cost of gas, and on behalf of the great people of Rarieda, I vote no.
Chebor Paul Kibet. Paul Abur. Paul Abur. Mwafrika Agostine. Francis Kajuang Tom Joseph. Kingara Simon. Karemba Eric. Lugova Sloya.
Yes.
Luyai Caleb.
I vote no.
Raso Dido. Lenguris Pauline. Lentoi Johnny Jackson. Letipla Dominic. Lesuda Josephine.
I vote no.
Nikal James.
On behalf of the people of Seme and for the people of Kenya, I vote no.
Ikana Frederick. Oduor Christine.
Okay. I, Christine Ombaka, woman rep for Siaya, and on behalf of Siaya people, the women, the men, the boys and the girls, people living with disability, and the vulnerable, I vote no.
Locha Kapong Peter. Kemei Justice, Koi John Waluke,
I vote yes, yes, yes.
Sigei Francis, Idhinja Shadrack Mwiti, Onyengo Silvanus, Kiplagat David.
I vote yes.
Maina Amos,
I, Mwago Amos Maina, a patriotic economist, I vote no.
Odhiambo Mili, Omondi Karoli, Gashobe Samuel, Mohamed Junaid Sheikh,
Chair, I vote no, but I want to share with the House that in my constituency now, a restaurant has been opened called Wamushomba Restaurant.
Masara Peter, Masara Peter,
I, Peter Francis Masara, on behalf of the people of Suna West and the great people of Kenya, I vote no.
Mzigi Lydia Haika, Abdullahi Amina Dika, Bare Hussein Abdi,
Jukumu la kuwapatia maji na maendeleo yote kwa wananchi wa Kenya inahitaji watu kujitoa muhanga.
Take your
Kwa
vote,
hivyo
honorable
nasema
member.
yes.
Bwire John Okano,
Mheshimiwa Mwenyekiti, kwa niaba ya bodaboda wa Taveta, mama soko na jamii pana ya Taveta, ninapinga mswada wa kuongeza tax kwa mafuta. Nasema no.
Kaunya, Otucho Mary, Mwangi Geoffrey Wandeto, Murugara George, Nduyo Susan Ngugi, Ng'ang'a Alice Wamboi,
Ndio tujenge nchi yetu tukufu ya Kenya, nasema ndio.
Kasait William Kamket, Aburi Lawrence Mboro, Mutunga John Kanyuithia, Kipbiwot Julius Meli, Shikati John Murumba, Shikati John Murumba, Siyoi Lilian Chebet,
Kwa niaba ya Wakenya ambao wanalipa taxes ya pesa zile ambazo ziliporwa, ninapiga ndio ili tuweze kujitegemea kama nchi.
Sitienei Janet Kemboi,
I vote yes.
Getit Cecilia. Emathe Joseph. Gikolong Nicholas. Gikolong Nicholas. Nabuin Paul. Namoit John.
On behalf of the great people of Turkana South, I vote no.
Nanok Daniel Epuyo. Gladys Bose. Ochieng David. Wandai James Opio.
Yeah, I vote no.
Nyamita Mark Ogola.
I vote yes.
Kagesi Kivai. Adagala Beatrice. Abdi Hamis. Chome.
I vote no.
Jeho Fatuma Abdi. Mohammed Aden Daoudi. Sane Ibrahim Abdi. Sane Ibrahim Abdi. Ado Mohammed Aden. Farah Yusuf Mohammed. Sigei Francis.
Order members. We are at Webuye East.
Wanyonyi Martin Pepela. Sitati Daniel Wanyama. Mogaka Stephen. Kasiwai Rael Chepkemoi. Mogaka Stephen.
Order members. Clerk, repeat for West Mugirango.
Mogaka Stephen.
Mogaka.
Yes. Auziweke tatu hizo.
Kasiwai Rael Chepkemoi. Wetangula Timothy Wanyonyi.
On behalf of the people of Westlands and the people of Nairobi and the suffering Kenyans, I vote no.
Mwakuona Danson.
Mimi Danson Mwashako, mjumbe wa Undanyi, kwa niaba ya watu wangu na Wakenya wanaotaabika, napiga no.
Basil Robert Ngui.
Hi, Robert Basil, Member of Parliament for Yatta. On behalf of Yatta people and people who are suffering, I vote no to increment of petroleum.
Ali Abdisirat Khalif.
I vote yes.
Shege Sabina. Dina Joseph Hamisi. Harun Suleka Hulbali. Ikera Dorothy. Iraya Joseph. Kosgei Jackson.
I vote yes.
Mayaka Irene. Mohamed Umulkher Harun. Mwangi Teresia Wanjiro.
I vote yes.
Ngongo John Bandi.
Yes, on behalf of the Suba community.
Order member.
Say
yes.
I have not voted.
Okay.
On behalf of the Suba community, both Suba North, whose MP is suspended, and Suba South, whose MP has disappeared and abandoned the constituents, I vote no.
Talib Abubakar Ahmed. Talib Abubakar Ahmed.
I vote yes.
Tongoyo Gabriel. Farah Malim.
Are you hearing me?
Order members, let me explain. There are some members who are in the washroom. Honorable Farah, Honorable Tongoyo, and Honorable Wainaina from Udaya. The three will take their votes.
I vote yes. I vote yes.